Happy day, boys and girls. This old gal is trying to let her heart rate settle back down before she starts. I noticed no one's no one has commented on my video about the brothers. Here's the thing. I have a lot of stalkers, some of which are my own children, my family. I can't say my brother stalks me. He did when instructed to, and he's meddled. He's a partner in crime. So there are times in these videos where I say things that won't mean anything to other people that don't know. But concerning the two brothers, I was really surprised I didn't get any comments on that one. Probably if I put some information in the about, there was a channel, I think it was Colada, Coffee with Colada. Anyways, you would think that it wouldn't matter to me, the things he said on his channel, which, may he rest in peace, he's passed on, because I thought about leaving a polite comment. And then I watched the channel enough to know, so I learned that with Most Targeted Citizen. You check out this channel before. Yeah, I learned my lesson there. I thought, well, maybe I'll leave him a polite comment and ask him, why do you got to trash talk the one man's wife for? I never met her, but I just thought that was uncalled for. Okay. And I didn't, what, let me just cut to the chase. What I know about certain, and this is an important disclaimer, what I know about certain people that are well known in the history books is of no value to law enforcement. Zip. Won't help you. Now, that's just the way it is. But I know what I know. And the other thing I have to say is that sometimes the most obvious things just boom right over my head. But the little details, I catch them. And apparently my stalkers and my family and my children and my exes and my this and my that, they don't really know me. I packed more living into prior to the age 18 as far as people I've met, the circles I've been accepted into. My children don't know me. My own brother doesn't know me. My parents didn't really know me. And I thought for sure, but of course, like I said, if I redo the video and change the about, I'd probably get someone that would talk to me about it. Life is precious. It's precious. It doesn't feel like it when we're hurting, right? And I truly believe, not that I would be privileged to issues that would be helpful to law enforcement, but I truly believe that the older brother, it was the younger brother and the older brother wasn't about to, you see, you never leave your buddy. It's a military thing. You never leave your buddy. Right? Well, The older brother, let me tell you, you saw him portrayed in movies. Both the brothers made the news big time outside of Chicago. Well, that's a good example of you never leave your buddy. They paid with their lives. And it bothers me that they have family that's left behind. And children. It reminds me of when my landlady, she was my landlady. She was good to me. When the whole world was just dogging me, she was good to me. And I rented a little mother-in-law's house from her. It was for Polly DeVore. You can look up these and see these Hollywood-type productions they made that were so tawdry on her and her family and her murder. That's right, her murder. Her own daughter, excuse me, lured her out into their, and when I saw the area view of their house, I was, oh my gosh, I knew they had real estate, but lured her out onto their property to an area where there's some water and a bridge, is how I remember the factual that I could find out, and shot her, and then tried to burn her body. Now I came back, I'd been out of town for like 18 months, came back to Arkansas, and there was missing posters everywhere on my prior landlady. When they made this story for television, I was so, God, so many words flood my mind. So tawdry. Just, they sensationalized. Let me tell you something. As far as I'm concerned, the truth is much worse than the twist and spin they put on that. And I don't understand how they could allege that the daughter that murdered the mother, this biologically, that her stepdaddy and her were getting it on. Hey, I'm not a Washington County prosecutor. You know, what do I know? And I'm going to admit that. But I know this. She was a good-hearted lady. And I hate the fact, that Miss DeVore was a sweetheart. She was good people. If you were good to her, you had a friend. You just treat her right. Tell her the truth. Pay your rent on time. She'd work with you. If you couldn't pay your rent, work for her. Heck, I was trying to recover from my neck, and the main house, the big house, because I had rented the little mother-in-law's cottage. There'd be empty units, and I'd go in there and I'd paint or just clean. She was just so good to me, and I couldn't work, but I always kept trash picked up on the street and stuff because I feel that everybody can do something. And so the same thing, you know, I mean, she's gone. Her daughter's in prison. The person that turned state's evidence, you know, she gets to stay here in the country. I don't understand. I'm not a prosecutor, so if you're a prosecutor and you hear this, hey, I don't understand, okay? I just think I heard for too many years, well, you don't understand, these defense attorneys are really good. Then you've got to be a much better prosecutor, said, okay? But that was a big disappointment. Well, the same thing with the Spilotro brothers. That when the people on the television or in the news are real to you, it impacts you differently than just viewing it as entertainment. When people die, they die. They leave behind loved ones. Like I said, there's nothing that I know that would be helpful to law enforcement in any capacity, any level, any agency. but I do have some insights into people because I was there. Another clue to who these brothers were would be the hole in the wall gang. This is not a game we're playing. It presents as a cruel game, yes. When you think about the stakes, that's not a game that you want to be flippant about. I packed more living in the first 18 years of my life as far as I'm concerned. And it's just like, if I thought that was something, whew. I'm never going to believe that it's in luck. I don't believe in luck. I guess I'm saying that it's not an accident that I made it this far. There is a purpose. I tuned into for a few minutes. I couldn't take much. And so, more of the same. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Some people don't have enough sense to just quit. They're just going to keep defending the lie. That's another thing. You know, I guess it would help since my stalkers tune into these videos, and my children, and my family, and my exes. How did I ever... See, you just don't walk up to some people, you just don't walk up and invite yourself into their lives. You just don't. That's just not how it happens. Well, I was working in Chicago, and I was underage, so I couldn't drive and own a car. And to own a car in Chicago, you have to have somewhere to park a car in Chicago. It's a problem. And I could take a bus or a taxi or walk. And I was underage, and I went to work in the city. Oh, I would get off work, and I would be tired, and I'd go home, and I'd sleep alone. Funny thing is, these people I went to work for, they knew more about me than anyone. I didn't know this. They said, look, you know, she's not out. She's not a party animal. To cut to the chase, they were impressed with me. So when they end up, these types of people, they end up on the news. I notice. So now here I sit in Arkansas. And all these people obsessed with watching me, stalking me, monitoring me. And they're either exes or my own family. I don't have anyone from Chicago bothering me. I don't bother them, they don't bother me. Take a hint. Take a hint. Now, granted, when you post something on social media, it's the same as being in public. You have no expectation of privacy. But if I'm that bad, Why don't you just go on with your bad self? Why don't you just go live your life? Why do you stalk me everywhere I go? Why do you bother my children if you're an ex that are unrelated to you and get them involved in sorcery? Why? Everything you did to me, Mr. X, you know who you are. Everything. You did covertly, you were a coward. Well, I wasn't a coward when I'd had enough. Leave my children alone. Our children, I can't say that to you. But my youngest, Memphis, leave her alone. Tell your wife that's involved in sorcery. This is going to be the only time I advise you. We're not alike. You're cowards. I'm not known for my cowardice. Oh, it's so beautiful out here right now. Even the usual nighttime traffic, other than the interstate noise, it's peaceful. And that's what I am striving for, some peace. I have volition. That's the ability to choose and think for myself, which I have afforded to all of my stalkers. You do not know me. My mother didn't know me. Her partner in crime that raised me, he didn't know me. My brother doesn't actually know me. My children do not know the truth about me. And that's why these videos sometimes make no sense to others, because I have these stalkers. And they keep testing the decency of boundaries. It's sad because you don't want the truth. You don't want to deal with facts. Which means you're living a lie. Well, I'm not interested in your lie. I had to be strong to be whom it is that I am. Either step up or step off. And by the way, this is for my children. You fell off of my tree. I did not fall off of your tree. For my brother, I should have known that when Mom passed, that she made you post the statement, I am a very wealthy man. I've been away from the family for so long now that I forgot how it goes with Mom. So it makes sense now. She had you post that. To rub it in my nose? Try not to choke on that money, John. You have my empathy. Happy day, boys and girls. Another clue. Hole in the wall, gang.